Hi, my name is Rye, as you know, but I just wanted to press upon one thing that our politicians do when it comes to addressing the wrongdoings or the legislation that refers to, say for the CR bill or Trump's new one big beautiful bill, how it's not good for families, how only the 1% are really getting something out of this bill, and how there's going to be severe cuts in Medicare, severe cuts in child care and child nutritious programs, things like this. But one thing that they don't imprint upon is this bill is over 1,000 pages. I mean, who actually reads all this thousand? This is it's not all a general ledger, but 1,000 pages of just numbers, crunching numbers, would be ridiculous. And that's pretty much essentially how the CR bill was. Just a huge general ledger of what they want all this expenditure to go into. So essentially you have to read it for like a month just to get a sense of what the actual CR bill entails, and then you're supposed to vote on it. And I mean, this is what Congress is supposed to do, but. How can you even? I mean, how it would take like 2 weeks just to read 1,000 pages on a bill. One of the things that needs to be addressed is how can you even write a bill that's over 7 to 10 pages? I mean, how does a politician have time in their day to read not just 1,000 pages, but even a 10-page piece of legislation with a whole bunch of numbers? I mean. So one thing that really should get addressed is really consolidating or the writing process. 7 to 10 pages at most. You know what I mean? But in reality, one of our biggest expenditures has always been healthcare. Since it was written somewhere, I believe, since the 50s since World War II. Could have been later, but one of our biggest expenditures has been with medical health care, and this entails the Department of Human Services, DHS. This entails Medicare and our social services, welfare, social workers, just any kind of medical or healthcare expenditure. It's one of our biggest federal deficits annually. But if we're able to see some kind of revenue before all these cuts are made, one thing they state, one thing that's stated when there's any cut, especially when Doge was making all these cuts, which on part of it it's a good thing because it's consolidating, and administration never seemed like they were there. They wouldn't call back. They wouldn't set up interviews. They wouldn't do anything that their job was entailed to do. So what the heck were they doing in their office all day? Just twiddling their thumbs. So that was kind of good. But when you cut something, there's really about 10 agencies. It's like a ripple effect. 10 other agencies, other bureaus or departments that lose just as well. And but say for instance, back when Trump was first in office, the 45th president, he had there was 32%, I believe, 32% was our tax annual tax payment for anyone making $1 million or over, and there would 32% went back to our tax system, and they'd get some back by the end of the year, but. And I could understand if you have a bunch of employees, and if this much money has to be paid annually. But at the same time, when you make over a certain amount of money, you can really afford anything, almost anything. And our food prices don't change. Our rent prices really don't change. I mean, the bigger your house, the bigger your apartment, yes, but it's all tangible. It doesn't change. So I think it was a very big incentive to have it at a high price for taxes, and then it went down from 32% to 23%, and then this last year, 2024, it went down to 17%. And when you're losing that kind of revenue with our Federal Reserve, how are we supposed to make bills and allotment within Congress? Because our Federal Reserve is what our expenditures for our Congress is. But then on top of it, to know the statistics about everything on the bill, and not just what little pork the biggest things you want. are the things that are so confusing in politics. If we can know, be as transparent as possible, that would make politics so much. I don't think it'd be any least of a tense subject, but it'd be so much more uh, known, because as far as I understand it, politics has been a misnomer for all my life until came to Washington, really, and then within within the last 4 or 5 years, until you can really get involved, it's a misnomer. But anyways, that's Trump's one big beautiful bill, and my take on it. I believe it's like a CR bill, but I do not know for sure. Uh, have a good day.